104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%.
400.
I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it and sell it back here. Never has an administration.
400% tariffs? What would that
I
look
want
like?
Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. It's just not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed.
Exactly.
If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well, hold on a second, Kevin. Well, I hear you, but hold on. If we're talking about people, the average consumer, not necessarily the head honchos of businesses all across the globe, can they withstand the pressure of that sort of tax on the goods?
Short-lived.
This is the kind of narrative that creates weaklings in society. We're talking about a market. The Chinese market has been structured to be hostile to Western products and productivity. You can't bring your products into their market. They'll strangle that product and that business out of their market. But you're expected to allow their products to thrive. And it is talking heads like the guys at CNN and platforms like this that try to run interference for China. Because what she is trying to say is, I hear you about trying to deal with China, but how about the people that are going to be suffering because they can't get their cheap Chinese goods? It's called sacrifice. It's called sacrifice. That's what everyone has to do. If you notice that there's an injustice and something has to be put right, there is a degree of pain that has to go into the transaction. So saying this is really a part of the problem, getting everyone to feel like something has to change, but God forbid that we have to be made uncomfortable while the change is happening. This is part of the problem that we see in the society today.
There will be
what's your timeline compared to, you don't know the average American's timeline, what they can actually survive. There's people right now who can't survive.
400% tomorrow morning, Xi's on an airplane to Washington to cut a deal.
Well, I think that narrative that the American people can't survive a month without cheap products from a market hostile to your country's production is an insult to the American people. Anyone who thinks that is not, well, you guys need to go and rediscover the American spirit. I am not American. I don't live in America, and I don't even plan to move to America, right? I'm happy, completely content where I am. But you need to call out truth and say the truth without feeling like you're offending someone. So this is a simple market situation. Kevin O'Leary knows what he's talking about. He's done business in China. And he said, look, this is an important move to protect American businesses. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand this unless there's a vested interest in ensuring that American businesses actually fail and the American economy collapses. Thanks for watching so far. What do you think of my reaction to this video? What do you think of this clip? Do you agree with Kevin? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Trump? Do you agree with CNN and the talking heads there about everything that's been going on? Of course, this is after the fact. All right, the markets have rebounded. People are celebrating. Dave Portnoy is dancing a jig for joy and celebrating his wins. But there's a lot to learn and unpack in this season. And there's also a lot of expectation that leftist mainstream media is going to double down and possibly begin to call Trump's moves criminal because of the degree of success that he has just achieved. Don't forget to use the link in the show notes to claim a free Audible account for 30 days and listen to the books recommended in the show notes, or listen to books like The Lord of the Rings, like I'm doing right now, listening to the trilogy for the third time, and enjoy it while you're mowing the lawn, doing your chores, or working out, or walking the dog. All right, take advantage of that offer, and please let me know in the show notes or in the comment section what you think of my reaction and of this video. And YouTube believes that this video will be a great one for you to watch next.